Hello everyone and welcome. So today I have something very, very exciting because I'm going to be talking about how to make money with your existing website by using email marketing automation. This is awesome. Okay. So this can happen to your existing website or even a website that you plan to design in the future. All right. So before we get started, I'd like to remind everyone that if you purchase FluentCRM using my affiliate link, I have a special discount. I am going to give you access to my lifetime membership. This is about 18 courses, plus you also get access to future courses without paying any extra. So this is a massive, massive deal. You get that when you purchase FluentCRM using my affiliate link in the video description below. All right, so welcome everyone. I'm super excited that you're all tuning in on this live workshop. Now, I also have Jewel from FluentCRM, who is going to be helping us in the comments box if we do have any questions that I cannot answer. So at any point, if you want to ask any questions, please go ahead and answer. I'll keep an eye on the comment section and answer them as I go. Okay, so the first thing you want to take a look at here is a website that I've just put together quickly. It's got nothing on it, but I just want to go through the process of setting up your website with email marketing automation. I'll also be talking about how to set it up for an e-commerce website. I'll also show you how to set it up for just as a blogger. You want to grow your list, or even as an online course creator. So it does pretty much everything. All right, guys. So the first thing I'm going to do now is let's talk about how to set this all up. So the first thing you want to do is to install FluentCRM. So there's two versions. There's the Pro version and there is also the free version. Okay, so what you want to do is to install the free one first by coming over here to plugins, add new, and you just search for it. Now, this is a very popular plugin. So let me just show you quickly, FluentCRM, how popular it is. So there we go. So you can see here, it has more than 20,000 installations. Very, very powerful. So I've already gone ahead and installed this. So what I'm going to do now is to show you how it's all set up. So here we go. So what I'm going to do now is to show you what I've done on my current website here. So I've already gone ahead and installed the Pro, which is right here. So let's go ahead and go to the dashboard. So over here on the dashboard is where all the action starts. So you can see here, we have create a tag, import contacts, create a campaign, and so on. These have to be checked in order for you to run FluentCRM, in a proper way. So when it comes to the tags, this is where you need to decide what is your website about. So if it's an online course website, you want to add your tags that relates to an online course. For example, you can say, for my tag here, this can be for students. So I'm going to click here on create tag. So I can say I can say students. So these students here I'm adding can be maybe free sign up. So let's say free students, right? That's going to be my first tag. And I can also go ahead and say, okay, signed up for course A. So I like doing this because it makes it easier for me to visualize my tags as I'm going through this whole process. So signed up for course A. I'm also going to say here, signed up for course B, because I've already created these courses ahead of time. So I'm going to paste it in here, signed up for course B. There we go. Okay, great. So now that I have my tags for my course, I can continue on and add even more tags. So let's say I'm selling products on my website. I can go ahead and do that. So I'm going to say bought product A. So this uses WooCommerce, by the way. So bought product A. So let's add another one, bought product B. Now, let's say you are a blogger and you have something that you're giving away for free, and this is a freebie. We may also want to add a tag for that. So let's go ahead and create it. So I'm going to say downloaded freebie, or let's just call this freebie. I'm going to show you how to set all these things up, by the way. All right, so now that we've set up our tags, we are at a very, very good position now to go in and further set up our email marketing automation system. So the tag is very, very important. Never ignore this when you use FluentCRM, because if you ignore this, basically you're in trouble because your automations have no starting point. This is the great position to start. Okay, so now that I've set up all my tags, let's go ahead and go to the next part. So I'm going to go back to my dashboard here. So you can see here my tag is being crossed out. This is where I can import contacts. So let's say I have contacts who are, say, perhaps on another platform like, say, ConvertKit, because I used to use ConvertKit before. So what I did was I took all my contacts from ConvertKit and I added them onto my own system. So this is where you can get to import them. Now, importing is very simple. All you need to do is to click here on import. So when you say add contact, right, this is where you can go in and say, okay, select prefix if you want to add your prefix here, but I normally leave this as it is. So, oops, I clicked the wrong button. If you want to import contacts, you come over here to import. So this gives you many options. Now, if you have WordPress users, you can import them here. If it's WooCommerce, you can use that. Now, if it's from other providers, you can just click here, and this now shows you MailChimp, ConvertKit. So these are the email marketing services that you can import from. So if you choose ConvertKit here, it just makes the whole process easier for you. But if you just want to import them normally using a CSV file, that is straightforward enough. You can just import your CSV file and all your contacts will be added onto your system. Okay, so this is what you do if you want to migrate all your contacts onto your new system. Okay, so that's the import contacts. Now create a campaign. This is where you are setting up an email that you want to send out to your mailing list. So let's go ahead here and let me show you how to do that. So here you can say create your first new campaign. So let's call this test. Create campaign. So this is where you can go ahead and use the normal template here. This is a plain one, but if you want to use the visual builder, which is what I really like here, you can just go ahead and use that. It's drag and drop. If you're used to a page builder, this is what you can use. So you can just go ahead here and add whatever information you want here in your email. So that's where you type your email. You can add buttons. So every time you want to add something here, you just click on this check mark, and then you can just drag and drop whatever it is you want to add in here. So let's say it's a heading. You can just go ahead and drag it. So that's your heading there. You can just change that like that. So that's your heading 1. So you can continue adding on any elements you need from here. But what's even more exciting is we can use what are known as conditional options. So this display condition here, if you click on it, you can choose who sees this button, right? So it's very important. In fact, let me cover this later on as we set up our system. But anyway, this is how you set up your email. I was really getting carried away here because this is a brand new feature that was released just yesterday. So I was getting a bit carried away. But anyway, let's get back on track, and let's go back to our dashboard here. So that is how you set up your email campaign. Now, this is where you create an email automation, and this is where you would create a form. Now, any questions so far? If you have any questions, please let me know so I can do my best to respond to your questions. Okay, so it looks like we don't have any questions yet. Okay, so now, this is where, as I mentioned earlier on, you decide what you want your automation to be about, what your email marketing automation needs to be. So I already have WooCommerce installed here, and I've added some basic products. So that's product A and product B. So in my first example here, I am going to use these products here. So I'm going to assume that you're running an e-commerce website. So what you want to do here is to create an automation for anyone that buys your product. So I'm going to come here to FluentCRM, And this is the fun part. In fact, I spend so much time here in the automations. So I'm going to click here on automations and then create a brand new one. So you can name this whatever you want. So I'm going to say buys product. Oh, well, let's say buys product A. Right, so since I have WooCommerce installed, you are going to see WooCommerce here on the left. So this is very, very smart of FluentCRM. It can detect whatever it is that's installed on our website. So I want to say WooCommerce. So look at this. It has order completed. It has order processing. It also has order refunded. So you can create an automation based on an order being refunded. But in this case, I want this order completed. So I'm going to start my funnel here, or my automation funnel, with order completed. So I'm going to say continue. So now it's time to search for the product. So this is product A. I'm going to scroll all the way down here. So save settings. Okay, so now my automation is starting with someone who purchases product A. So what do you want to do when someone purchases product A? So you can say, okay, let's run an action. So I want to apply a tag so that I know in the future that they've bought product A. So I can say apply tag. And now I'm going to say bought product A. Now, do you see how powerful this is? If we hadn't created our tags initially, it was going to be very, very hard for us to now go in here and create our funnels. So creating those tags as the first part is super, super important. Now it just works very, very easy for me now to go in and automate my funnel. So I'm going to say apply tag when they have bought. So there you go. I've applied tag. Now let's add something else. So I'm going to click here, and this time I'm going to say send custom email. So this email here is thank you for buying product A. Now let's just add a bit of text in here. So I'm just going to use my dummy text like that. And I am going to paste here. So let's assume this is our email. So I'm just going to say hello. Okay. So now we have this welcome email, which says, thank you for buying product A. So we can also say, you can also take a look at product B. So I can add a button in here. And this is how you can start making money now with your website. So I'm going to say, take a look at product B. Or let's say product B offer. Okay, so this is where if you want to send them a product so that they can take a look at, which is product B, which is already in our system, this is where you would add it, and this is where you add the URL. Now, if you want to give them a coupon code, you can go ahead and give them a coupon code so that they get the discount. So I'm just going to go ahead now and save settings. Okay, so what we've done so far is we've said when someone buys product A, we give them a tag called bought product A, and then we're going to send them a custom email. So this is really, really cool. So in fact, I can see here that we have quite a few questions. Okay, so I guess, okay, this has been answered already, which is pretty cool. So Jewel is doing a very good job there in answering these questions as we build this. Okay, so you see now, we've sent a custom email, which is pretty cool. So all you have to do now is to click on live, and now it's live. But what I really like about this is we now have the ability to see what is happening on our automation funnel through through our stats. So if I click here on stats, it actually tells me how many people have bought this, the tag, and so on. You can further view more by clicking on View Reports. So now you can see even more. So this will give you the list of the people that have bought and the stages where they are. So this is very, very, very powerful. You can go crazy with this to a point where your website is just going to be your personal assistant, or even your manager, because it can do pretty much everything here. Let's do one more, which is this time going to be a refund funnel. Okay, so for our refund funnel here, I'm going to say create new automation. Now let's call this refund. So now I'm going to go to WooCommerce, and then I'm going to say order refunded, continue. So I'm going to say products. So let's say they've refunded product A. They've asked for a refund. I'm going to say save settings. So immediately, I do not want them to have a tag where it says they bought product A. So we want to remove that tag which we initially added, because when we send emails out in the future, you are going to be sending emails out to someone who has refunded, but you've saved them on the system as person that has bought product A. So we need to go in now and remove as soon as they get refunded. So here's how you do it. I'm going to come over here. And now, because I haven't created the tag, I now have to come back over here to my contacts, come to tags, and create a new tag. So this time I'm going to say refunded product A. Create that. Now, do you see how exciting this is? So we have refunded product A. Now I can go back to my automations here, and I should have it in draft. Okay, here it is. I'm going to click on that. Now I'm back here. So what I need to do next is to add a tag. No, in fact, I need to remove a tag. Here it is. Select tags. So this time it's refunded product A. Save settings. So now I've removed the tag because they are not someone who has bought the product anymore. So if I want to go ahead now and add an email to say, tell us why you refunded and so on, or maybe you want to give them a further discount, it's up to you. But you can see here that this can be added in this automation. So this is very, very powerful for WooCommerce. I mean, this is amazing. If you have a WooCommerce website and you don't have this system, pretty much you are leaving money on the table. You really need to set up these marketing automations. They are very, very, very important. All right, so let's have a look here. I just need to set this over here to published. Now, there's also something really cool, really cool here. So let's say, in fact, let's go back to our automations. So let's say this automation here of buys product A is very, very successful. What I can do now is I can click on these three little dots here on the right here and export this, right? So you can see here it's downloaded. So once you export it, you can share this with someone else and say, hey, you know what? This automation funnel made me X amount of money. So if you're running an e-commerce store, you need to also perhaps use this. In fact, if you have a system that works, an automation system that works, you can actually sell these. You can give them away. I mean, you can do so much. So this option here of exporting it is super, super cool. Now, importing it is also very simple. Let me show you how to do that. So if you wanted to import one, you can just come over here, click on import, and then you can just drag and drop it here. Just as simple as that. But what you may need to do is to go in and map the product so that this works for you, because chances are you won't have the exact same products on the system, so you need to go in and map them. So that's very, very important. So we've done this for an e-commerce website. As I mentioned, there's endless ways of using this. Now, let's go ahead and talk about how you would do this for someone who is running an online course website. So for this example, I'm using LearnDash, but this works with Tutor LMS. It uses so many of those LMSs out there. So for LearnDash, if I come here to courses, I've just created two courses here, Course A and Course B. Now let's create our automation. So now I'm going to come over here to FluentCRM. So for our courses, I'm going to come over here to automations, create new automation. So I'm going to say Course A student. Okay, so we're saying this student here is signed up for Course A. So what you want to do now is to go to LearnDash, and here are the options. You can say complete a course, and then this is where the automation starts. When someone completes a course, or when they leave from a course, or when they enroll on a course. So this time I want to start this automation when someone enrolls in a course. Okay, now I need to specify which course it is. It's Course A, save settings. Okay, cool. This is where now, again, we can decide what we want to do when someone enrolls on Course A. So there are many, many options that we can add here. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. So if I click here on this plus button, I can say, you know what? I want to enroll them onto a group. So a group here in LearnDash is more like a membership. So you can enroll them on a group here. You can remove them from a course. You can enroll them on a course here if you wanted to. But in our case, our automation is starting when they enroll in a course. So we also have all these other options here. So I want to apply a tag first. So I want to say Course A student. I think I created one. Yeah, signed up for Course A. Here we go. Great. So this time I am going to add a welcome email, just like how we did before. So this is our welcome email. I'm going to save. Oh, email subject. Right, let's go ahead and do that. All right, so now I have my welcome email. So here's also what we can do. So if you have lessons on your LMS, so let's go ahead and add a lesson here. So I want to go to, in fact, before we do that, okay, fine. Let's go to our LMS. So this time I want to say when someone completes a lesson, then do something else. So this is where it gets really, really exciting. So I'm going to come back over here to my courses, and I'm going to go to Course A, click on Edit. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my builder here and add lesson A. Add lesson, update. Okay, great. So I've added a lesson here to Course A. So back here on my automation, I'm going to do something else, which is pretty cool. And hope this is going to work. So I'm going to go to my dashboard. Okay, so let's go to our automations here. And now I'm going to go to this course where someone starts off by enrolling. Okay, so I can do a conditional action here. Now, this is very, very exciting. So you can say check condition. So I'm going to click here on this plus button. And here it says LearnDash sync required. So if you click here, I think it's syncing. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to say LearnDash enrollment courses. Okay, so I'm going to say if someone is enrolled in Course A, then what do we need to do? So this is the condition here. So let's say someone is enrolled in Course A. Over here on the right, we can say, okay, send them an email over here. So this can be, how are you getting on? And then this is the contents. Save that. Now over here to the right, I can add another email here, which has a different title. So this is how these conditions, can be used as you are working on your website. So this is very, very powerful, as you can see. So that's courses, and I'm sure we can come up with so many other ways of using this. Now, while I'm here, in fact, let me just open up a new automation by creating a new one here. So this one here, let's call this test, because I'm pretty sure you can see that I haven't really exhausted the power of the automations here. So what I want to showcase here is the extra options that we can do here. So we also have an option here for new form subscription. So this is mainly used for anyone who is running a blog or wants to give a freebie away. This is where this would work, but this would need Fluent Forms, and I'll show you in a moment how to use that. But what's really cool here is, let's say you have you want to sign up someone on your website. This system here can also create a user for your system, which sends them a username and password to log in. So it is very, very, very powerful. Okay, so let's move on and let me show you how you would use FluentCRM if you wanted to build your mailing list, because this again is super, super powerful. So what I'm going to do now is come over here to forms. So I'm going to create my first form, and my form here is going to be a simple opt-in. Let's give this a title. So I'm going to say freebie. So this one here needs a list and tags. So my tag here is already called freebie, which is pretty cool. I can also enable double opt-in if I wanted to, but in this case, I am not going to enable it. Create form. Now you can see here it needs me to add a mailing list. So let's go ahead and do that. Now this is why it's important that you don't skip your steps as you start using FluentCRM. Okay, so let me come over here now to my emails. Here's my lists. So let's create one, and let's call this freebies. So this is where my email is going to be, for my email list is going to be. So if I were to go in here, I can add my contacts just like that, but I'm not going to do that for now. So back over here now to our forms. I'm going to click on new form. Okay. So my form here is going to be a basic opt-in form. So here it is. So I'm not going to do anything fancy here, but I want to show you something that's really, really exciting, which you can do with these forms. So now that we have this form, I'm going to save it. I am going to copy my shortcode here because I'm going to use it in a moment. So I can now come to my settings and integrations here and decide what I want to do. So they, after they've, let's say, signed up for my freebie, I can send them, a basic email here, or I can redirect them to a specific page where they can download the actual freebie. So this is where you select the page, or you can send them to a specific URL by coming over here. So this is how you set it up. But over here on FluentCRM now, on FluentCRM, let's start our automation funnel. So I'm going to click here on automations, create new automation. And as I mentioned, this is going to be a freebie. So now I'm going to say with new form submission, continue. Now this is going to locate my forms. So my form here is this third number 3 here. But if you give it a name, it's much easier to find. Next, what you can do is you can map the email here like that. Now, if you have a first name, you can map your first name over here as well. But I don't have a first name. All I have is just the email. So now I can say save settings. So when someone signs up, in fact, for you to visualize this, we need to have the page where people are signing in from. So let's create the page. So I'm going to come over here to add new, to add a new page. And let's call this freebie download. So in my case here, I'm using a Divi Builder, but you can use any page builder. Okay, so I'm going to build this from scratch. And I'm going to add a text module here. Now in this module, I'm just going to say download my freebie. Okay, so download my freebie. And then what I'm also going to do while I'm here is I'm going to add 2 columns so that my design here is much easier to work on. So let's drag this over to the right. So what I also need is to enter my shortcode. So let's add a text module again. And this time I'm going to paste my shortcode that I copied earlier on, remember? So there we go. So we have our email address and subscribe. And then over here on the right, we can add an image. Now, I don't have any images here, but this is where you would add your image to talk about what this freebie is about. So now I'm going to hit save and publish. Okay, so let's exit the Visual Builder here. So this is going to be our opt-in page for our freebie. So when someone comes here, leaves their email address, they are now going to trigger an automation in FluentCRM. And this is where it gets very exciting. So if I come over here now, this is where we started. So our form here is form number 3. We've mapped our email here, which is great. So we can say when someone fills in that form, what's our next action? So I'm going to add a tag. So I think it's freebie. But I guess the best way is to say downloaded freebie. That would be much better. Okay, so we have applied our tag. Next, we're going to go ahead and add another goal. So we can add a wait here. So maybe you want to wait a day or so. And then apply another action. Now I've just added that for fun, but of course, if you don't need to add, time here, you don't have to. Now you can send a custom email. Now this email here could be an email which talks about a product on your website that you may want to sell. So let me show you how you would set it up. So I'm going to say 10% discount or 10% offer on product A. Okay. Now remember, we created product A on our website in WooCommerce. So here is our email text like that. I'm just pretty lazy. I can't type really fast. So let's go ahead and say, let's add our button here. There we go. And then I'm going to say buy product A. There we go. So buy product A, save settings. In fact, you know what? I don't want this anymore. I'm just going to come here and delete. There we go. So after we've created, after they've downloaded the freebie, I'm going to send a custom email with a 10% offer. So already from building my mailing list, I'm now giving them the option to buy products on my website. Now, can you imagine if you were doing this without any form of automation? It would be impossible because, or in fact, it's possible, but how many emails are you going to be writing every single day in order for you to achieve what I'm doing here? So in this funnel, we are saying when someone signs up for our free product, we're now going to offer them product A. So in a real life scenario, this could be maybe an ebook on baking, right? But your product now is the course on how to get started with baking. So it has to be something that is in line, that relates for this to really, really work. But the most important thing here is this is happening automatically behind the scenes with our email automation funnel. And this is the power of FluentCRM. I really, really love, how many things that we can do here behind the scenes on FluentCRM. Okay, so moving on. Here, if we if we continue on, we can add conditions. We can end the funnel here if we wanted to. So at any point, if you want to see the stats and see if this is working, you can always come over here to your reports and see how this is working. Okay, so at this point, let's say you have a mailing list of, say, 1,000 people, 100 people, whatever it is. These are now people on your website. Some of them are customers, some of them are students, or whatever case it is. And you want to send emails. So you just want to say, okay, today I want to send an email out because I have a Black Friday offer, right? This system also helps you do that in a very, very easy way. Let me show you how. So this is where you would come over here to email campaigns, right? So I know we have our test here. So let's delete this. All right, so let's create our first campaign. So I'm going to call this offer. So let's use, okay, you can use the basic one or you can use the drag and drop one. So now I want to show you how you can create this in an advanced way. So what I want to do is I want to say this information here on the top. And let's duplicate this. Okay, so this is a second paragraph. Just bear with me. This is going to make sense in a moment. Okay, so I have this paragraph. I also need another one. Like that. Okay, so I have these three paragraphs. In fact, this is too long. This is the introductory one. Okay. Now, just to show you how versatile this is, I can also add images. I can also add columns here. Now, this would work, similar to, like a page builder. You can go in there, drag, drop your items here as you're designing. But the most important thing here is show you what we can do. So let's say information on this paragraph here is for people that have bought course A or they bought product A. So let's just put A so we can see that. So what you can do now, if this is for people that bought product A, perhaps you're talking about, hey, try out product B. So you can say, okay, I want this to be a condition block. If you click here on display condition, you can say show if, right? Show if bought product A. Okay, so now you can say try product B. And then, of course, you want to link that to product B by coming over here. And you hit save, okay? So this here is only showing to anyone that bought product A. Now, do you see how crazy powerful this is? One email can serve many, many purposes. So let's go ahead and do something else here. So let's say for this one here, this is for someone that bought product B, and we want them to try product A. Okay, so what you want to do is to come over here to display condition, and then you want to show if bought product B, like that, apply condition. And that's how this one is going to show. So this information here is going to show based on the conditions. Pretty cool. I really like this. Okay, so let's move on now and let me show you what we can do over here. So we can go to our global styling here and we can change our text color. And over here on the bottom, we can also change our font family. So let's say you want to change this to, say, Helvetica. You can just change it like that. Or if you want, something different, you can just go in and choose Montserrat, because I like using Montserrat. Okay, so you can further go in and customize this if you wanted to in terms of the size. You can also go in and your buttons here can also be conditional. So if I were to choose this button here, I can also display the button on condition. So This button here could be buy product A or buy product B, but only show to people that bought product A. I know it's sounding very confusing now, but I guess you can see how excited I am with what you can do with this. So this is super, super exciting. In fact, this feature alone changes a lot. Okay, so let's close here. As I mentioned before, we can drag and drop items here. If you want to add a button here, you can just drag and drop your button like that. If you want to delete it, you can just delete it. So all this is in FluentCRM. Very, 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 very powerful indeed. So while we have this email here, I'm going to save this, okay? I do not want to send it yet because I have another feature here, which again is super, super crazy. Let me show you how this feature works. So what I'm going to do is to come over here to my settings and go to Smart Links. So how Smart Links work is, let's say start using Smart Links. We can trigger so many things here as we are working on our website. So let's say I want to track someone that tries to purchase product A. So I can go to, in fact, you know what? Let's go to our website. Let's go to our products here. So I can show you how this would work. So any questions so far, guys, as I open up this product? Okay, so we have product A here. So I know it is not designed. I mean, just ignore that for now. So I want to copy this link and show you what we can do here in FluentCRM. So I'm going to come over here to my dashboard. In fact, I need to go to my settings. Now, let's go to our smart links. So here, I'm going to create a brand new smart link. So I'm going to say clicked link. Okay, let's say clicked product A link. Okay, so this is going to create a full target URL is here. Apply tags when clicked. Now, check this out. I've just copied the URL of my product here. I can automatically apply a tag over here of someone who clicks this link, right? So I can actually go ahead and say, because someone clicked this link, they are interested in product A. I'm sure you guys can agree with that. They are interested in product A. That's why they clicked that link. So this is why I have it here. So I should have created a, in fact, you know what? To make this even more exciting, why don't we go and create that tag? So let's come over here to dashboard. Let's find our tags. So we're going to call this interested in product A. Hopefully this is not getting too complicated. All right, interested in product A. All right, so back over here, this is our link to product A. And then over here now, I'm going to go to my settings. All right, so let's go to Smart Links. Add a new one. So let's call this interested in products A. There we go. Target URL is that tag, interested in product A. So when they click this and they are part of our system, they are going to get that tag added to them, which is pretty cool. Now I'm going to say create smart link. So this now is our smart link. So I'm going to copy that. Now, back over here on our email campaigns. So let's go to our campaigns. I'm going to create a new campaign. So this one here is, let's say it's called promoting product A. I'm I'm going to create a campaign. Right. So remember, I've just copied my link, my smart link. So I'm going to say, click here to buy product A. Highlight that, add my smart link, or I can even add it as a button here. So I'm going to say button, and let's go ahead and say buy product A. All right. Add my smart link. Save that. Okay, so I'm going to say 10% off product A. Now look at that. It's getting very exciting now. I want to say continue. And then I can choose where I need to send my email. So if it's my complete mailing list, I can then say continue to next step, and this now gets sent out. So let's say the email has been sent out, and I'm not sure who has clicked on what link and what I need to do next. So if they click on that link, automatically I'm going to know that they are interested in product A, right? So you can then further, promote product B, or even, no, not product B. You can then further explain what product A is about if they haven't purchased it. So let's go ahead and create that automation funnel. So what I'm going to do now is to come over here to automations, create new automation. And then I'm going to say interested in product A. And why are we saying this? It's because they clicked that link, remember? And I've also mentioned that if they click the link, they are going to get the tag, which says interested in product A. So we created that tag. Here it is. And now, when someone clicks that link, I can now go in and start my promotion. So I'm going to send my custom email. And then here, let's say why you want to buy product A. Okay, and then my email can start here and explain further. Now, this is assuming, of course, that they haven't purchased the product when they clicked on that URL. Okay, so that is how you would set this up. Now, you can also set this up in a different way, right? So let's go ahead and make this a bit more complicated. Right, so let's go back to our automations. So now I'm going to say product A. WooCommerce. And by the way, this works for courses as well. In fact, you know what? Let's start. Let's come over here to an existing funnel. So which one should we go to? Okay, let's go to freebie. Because once you've created a funnel, you can also go ahead and extend it if you wanted to. So here, send a custom email, 10% off on product A, right? So I'm going to now add a condition. So on this condition here, check this out. I can go to our segment here. I can come over here to our tags and take a look at our tags here. So I can say include interested in product A. And this is how my funnel is going to start. So if they are interested in product A, I can now send another email over here on the benefits of product A. If not, if they've not taken action, I can come over here and further talk about, the benefits of the product, why they would want to purchase it. But this link here can be pretty much anywhere on your website. It doesn't have to be just in an email. This is how powerful this is. So as you can see, I'm pretty sure you can agree that FluentCRM is super, super powerful. Now, you may be thinking, why run FluentCRM on my existing website? Why not just use something like ConvertKit? Well, FluentCRM is mainly for, or I would say it's for WordPress users, right? It's super fast because it doesn't use the same database as the WordPress database. It has its own database. Now, what I mean by that is, let's say someone signs up for a freebie. All that is happening in the database of FluentCRM, not on the database of WordPress, because you can imagine how many subscribers or people that are going to be on your WordPress database. The bigger your database, it's going to slow down your website. So this is how FluentCRM works. So if it's running on your website, I have 6,000 subscribers and it's still running fine. I have no issues at all. Very, very impressive. So back to the question, why would anyone want to use FluentCRM? Well, if you want to totally manage your subscribers on your own website, and this is the best way, to be honest, but you are also saving a lot of money. Now, let me show you what I mean by that. Now, if we were to come over here to MailChimp, now remember, these are paid monthly. So if you have, say, 10,000 subscribers, you're going to be paying £97 per month. If you're in the US, this is going to be US dollars. But of course, this increases when you have more subscribers. So if you go there, you can see you're now paying $253 per month for 30,000 subscribers. So as your business grows, you are going to be paying more and more over here. So that's MailChimp. Now over here on ConvertKit, same thing. So when you start over here with, say, 300 subscribers, this is free. But the moment you start going here up and up, you start to see that your price gets more and more. So in my case here, let's say I've got 6,000, so I'll choose this plan. I would be paying $83 per month. And I used to pay this, by the way. This was super, super crazy. In fact, I had this pro version and I had to pay $116 per month. Now, when you purchase FluentCRM, it's a one-time purchase. But now you're probably asking, how are the emails sent? How do you send the emails out? Well, they thought this through. So you use services like SendGrid. So if I come over here now to sendgrid.com, you notice that their services are way much cheaper. So over here, there's a free one where you can send 100 emails per day forever. So if you're starting off, this is what you would do. You can set up even a free account. But as you get bigger, look at this. Only $20 a month for 100,000 emails. Super, super, super cheap, right? So how do you set this up? Well, there's a simple plugin here called Fluent SMTP. It's free. So again, if I come over here to my plugins, let's check it out. So it's Fluent SMTP. Here it is. If you click here on settings, setting it up is very, very easy. So this connects FluentCRM with your SMTP server. Okay. So here we have SendGrid. And I prefer SendGrid because it's very, very easy to set up. So all you need to do here is to add your from email. So let's say my from is mac at mac.com. And then I can just add my name here from Mac. And all you have to do once you've signed up for your SendGrid account, you get an API key. That's the key that you paste in here, save connections. And then once you've done that, you're pretty much good to go. And over here on your settings, you can see how things are working. But of course, I haven't set up anything. That's why it's not coming up. So you can also send your email test here to see if everything is working okay. And you can also take a look at your logs. And this is basically how your server is performing. So as you can see, this is a super, super powerful way FluentCRM and Fluent SMTP works. You are going to save a lot of money when it comes to your email marketing. So just to summarize this, you can use Fluent CRM for, say, if you're a blogger and you want to build your mailing list, these are your leads. You can use this if you sell online courses. And you can also do your upsells in your emails automatically using automations. You can also do things like WooCommerce, where you can sell your products, your WooCommerce products. So it is very, very powerful. It links up with so many softwares out there to help you automate your system. Now, what I've done here is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, this really does a lot, especially in the automations. It's super powerful. So this system here works behind the scenes as you're running your business, so you don't have to be sending emails out every single time, spending time on your computer. No, once you set them up, and this is where it takes the most time. Once you set everything up, you're pretty much up and running. Your tags can trigger, states in your website. People buying can trigger. People finishing up a course can trigger something. So all these are options that you can use throughout your whole website. And FluentCRM does that for you. Now, as I mentioned, they have a special offer, 40% off. 40% off. Now, the link to that is in the video description below. If you purchase FluentCRM using my affiliate link, I will give you access to my lifetime membership worth $599. So this is a library of courses which include FluentCRM. It also includes how to make money with your website. I also have plans to create future courses, which means you are going to get access to those courses as well. So this is really powerful. If you get this offer, just drop me an email and I will, once I verify that you've purchased it from my email address, I will then give you access to the lifetime membership. All right, so let's continue on here. Do you have any questions? Now, for those of you who are just joining us, this is my live stream on FluentCRM and how to set up email marketing automation. So yes, let's wait for some questions here. And guys, please, if you haven't liked the video or the live stream, if you do like it, please add a thumbs up. That will be really cool. I would really appreciate it. So I guess most of these questions here were already answered, which is pretty cool. That's awesome. Okay, so if there are no questions, you can always send me an email and I will respond to any questions that you may have. But this was a quick overview. I should have covered quite a lot here, especially the updates that were done yesterday with the conditional blocks and how to clone the emails and how to export, your email template design. I mean, you can do all sorts of stuff and give these items away for free. Super powerful. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate your time. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again the next one. Take care.